Hi everyone, Hugh here from Puppet Things. Now, a while ago I got an email from someone asking about fire safety with one of the puppets, out of the materials that we sell and just in general. And I didn't know the answer. I know the fire rating of the individual materials that I use to put a puppet together, but I don't actually know how fire safe or fire unsafe a puppet, when it's all put together, really is. So I thought we'd do a bit of science with our volunteer, Michael. Michael is made of a little bit of everything that we sell on our site. He's got some nylon, he's got some acrylic, he's got some polyurethane foam, he's got some resin, some glass, some plastic, some leather, sort of everything. And we're going to set fire to him and see what happens. Looks like the fur itself is actually just melting and it's kind of okay. And it hasn't yet penetrated to Michael's depths. So if you're just casually next to a candle flame, you might be all right. So it's been a good minute now and he's still not quite taking up in big flames. The fur itself is melted into a nice pile and the fire is like licking up, but it hasn't reached the nylon yet. Now it's reached the cotton on the inside of Michael. And it looks like the polyurethane foam itself is catching fire. These things that you can see dripping down are all melting plastic, and obviously you don't want that on your skin. That's no good at all. What was that? Was that his head? That was his mouth plate. So even the styrene in his mouth plate was burning. Looks like there's his arm gone. Each of the arms has some armature wire in them, which looks like it's holding up okay because it's made of metal, obviously. But if you stand near a candle for too long, once that foam inside of the puppet catches fire, there is very little you can do. Oh no, it's made of wood. I bought the wooden one, not the metal one. It burns pretty good. Traditionally, wood is known to burn pretty good. From the looks of it, in an emergency situation, if you need, a long-lasting flame, resin cast puppet eyes do a pretty good job. So, poking through what is left of Michael, the candle has held up remarkably well. So we'll be investing in them again. The armature wire, it's made of aluminium. That's okay. Probably quite reusable. We'll put that back in the drawer. Still flexible, hasn't broken, just a little bit, ashy. All this stuff is just completely unrecognizable. I would say this crispier stuff is probably the reticulated foam that made up his body. That tends to sort of bubble down into nothing. Here looks like it's fabric, so I reckon that was probably Michael's neck sleeve, made out of cotton. That has burnt. The wooden puppet stand has burnt. The resin cast eyes have melted into a solid black puddle, as has the nylon. The glass bits of his eyes are both hot and okay. They probably just want a bit of a clean. That is his 3D printed nose, which has burnt, but put itself out. So, not bad. But the rest of it, once Michael went up, he wasn't coming back. It did take him a little while. The fur did put itself out a couple of times. I had to move the candle pretty close, but once it caught his reticulated foam body, that was the end of it. he was a goner. Tube of his body seemed to act like a chimney and suck all the air up and really catch fire, get nice and hot. The flames coming off it were hot enough to... Oh look, that's a pin. It's a pin that was in him. Yeah, Michael is not in good nick. His arm survived though, and we're gonna keep that because that's exciting. It burnt right through the foam of the arm and kind of solidified the nylon on the outside. But once it broke off, it put itself out. So the nylon, if it's not being actively burnt, does seem to hold up. So that's Michael. That was his tongue.